Hi everyone, I'm going to show you guys how to prove the center of mass of a cone. So the center of mass of a cone from the base is h over 4. It would be somewhere here, h over 4, and from the top it would be 3 over 4, right? So we all know this, but how do you prove it? So I'm going to show you guys how to prove this. So before we go any further, you guys need to know two formulas to prove this. So first you have to know, now let's say we take a graph. Let's draw a graph. So let's say we take this side of the cone. We take this slanted length of the cone, which I'm shading right now. So if we take that as a line and we draw it on the graph like this, you can see if this line was rotated around the x-axis 360 degrees, you can see it forms a cone, right? You can see it forms a cone. So therefore, using this method, we can prove that the center of mass of a cone from the base is h over 4. So now you guys will have to know the formulas, because to find the center of mass of a line, we'll need to find the volume under the line, and we'll need to finally find the center of mass, right? So the volume is given by pi into the integration of intervals a to b and fx squared dot dx, and the center of mass, now this is the x-axis, so it's going to be the center of mass along the x direction, so it's pi into the integration of intervals a to b x into fx squared dot dx. Now these are the two formulas you need to know to prove that the center of mass of the cone is h over 4. So now if you go back to your graph, I'm going to draw a dashed line. So this length is going to be r, right? You can see it's the radius, and this length is the height of your cone, so that's going to be h. Now these values are constants, we don't know what values these are. So what we have to do now is we can find the gradient of this line. So how do you find the gradient? The gradient equals to tan theta, right? If this is theta, you can see tan theta equals to the opposite side, which is r, over the adjacent side, which is h. So then your gradient of that line is r over h. So you can write the equation of that line is y equals r over h x. Now we know the equation of the line, y equals r over h x. All we have to do is use the formulas to find the center of mass. So let's first find the volume. So volume equals to pi into the integration. So what are the intervals going to be? So we're going to use, now since it's rotated around the x-axis, it's going to be 0 to h, right? So 0 to h. And fx squared. So fx squared is r over h x brackets squared dot dx. Now you know r and h are constants, so you can take them out after you expand the brackets. So you can write pi into r squared over h squared interval 0 to h, and the integration of x squared. Now the integration of x squared is easy. It's going to be x to the power 3 over 3. You put your intervals 0 to h, so it's going to be h to the power 3 over 3. Now you multiply them with the constants. Now this is your volume. So you can see the h terms cancel off, so you have r squared h pi over 3. Now this is your volume. Now let's go for the center of mass, x dash. So you can write, oh, there's one more thing you guys need to know. in the formula I forgot to write down, it should be pi over v. So to find the center of mass, you have to first integrate, and then your answer you get, you have to divide it by the volume we found previously. I forgot to write that down in the formula. So now for the center of mass, you write pi over v. You can put the volume at the end. So your interval 0 to h. Now it's going to be x into fx squared. So x into r over h, x brackets squared dot dx. You can take the constants outside. So pi over v into r squared h squared into 0 to h, integration of x to the power 3 this time, right? So the integration of x to the power 3 is x to the power 4 over 4. Put your intervals. 0 to h is going to be h to the power 4 over 4, right? Now you multiply that with the constants. So it's h to the power 4 over 4 into r squared over h squared into pi over v. Okay. So now you can see the h terms cancel off. You get r squared, h squared, pi over 4, and you divide the whole thing by the volume. So the volume we found previously was r squared h pi over 3. Now you can see r squared cancels off, your h terms you can cancel off, and you have one h remaining. You can cancel off pi, so you have h over 4 over 3, right? So it's going to be 3h over 4. So therefore we got the answer, right? You can see now according to our graph we're going this way, right? So we are going from the top to the base. So from the top to the base, you can see it's 3 over 4h. But if you're going from the base to the top, it's going to be h over 4. So we found the center of mass from the top, so that's why it's 3 over 4. To find the center of mass from the base, all you have to do is subtract this with the height. So the height of the cone is h. All you have to do is subtract h minus 3 over 4h. So you get h over 4. Either way, both answers are correct. And that's everything for this question. So if you guys have any doubts, please drop a comment. I'll help you guys out. And if you guys like my teaching, leave a like and subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you so much.